Hello, Scorpio. My name is Jade. I'm coming to you with a reading for the lunar moon the lunar eclipse this season. Um, there's been a lot going on with the energies this week and this season for this lunar eclipse. But what we're going to be focusing on during this reading is finding out ways to show up for ourselves emotionally and not get in the way of what is being presented. The common thing with the moon is it illuminates aspects of our subconscious, or it manifests aspects of what we are um, focusing on and trying to see emotionally. Um, it talks about fears. Um, Maybe things that we're trying not to identify with emotionally, but it's present in our etheric body. So it's like, I don't identify with this, with what I'm feeling. Why am I feeling it? Kind of thing. And the moon shows us why it's there. Um, so there can be a lot of confusion that's present during these times. And what we're going to be doing today is trying to outline what it is that we're seeing so that we can identify it and choose whether or not we're going to continue keeping this in our world. So I've pulled the cards for both your etheric realm and your physical realm. So what those two worlds are doing independent of each other. What we're doing today is trying to bridge the gap between those two, and so you can manifest and become the magician that you desire to be. In the past, I'm seeing the Knave of Cups, and she talks all about how we kind of it's like with this card specifically, sometimes there are aspects of substance abuse that can be relevant, just because it's like we can attach ourselves to a emotion that feels good, or draws our attention elsewhere, and we feed off of it as a method of distracting ourselves from the present. But that's what's been happening in the past. You do feel in your etheric past, we have judgment, and judgment is all about being called to a higher life. So these dreams that you've been having in the past have been not like dreams at night, but dreams as in terms of like futures that you want to live. You feel called to these parts of the world or relationships that you are cultivating in the present. Like you have a friendship with this person, and they fill a need for you, or they inspire you in a way that it's almost become like uh, you're not latching on to this thing. It's just your imagination is continually drawn to this person, and you feel called to them, or called to this activity. um because I want to leave the message as general as possible. So it's like, if you're not called to a specific person, you could be called to an activity of a hobby that satisfies your emotional needs, um, or other aspects like that. Um, so in the present, in your physical world, we have the Ace of Wands in reversed. With the Ace of Wands in reversed, um, it's like there's a desire for new beginnings to occur, but right now there's nothing connecting these two worlds together. So it's like you're almost having to force yourself to go out of your way to ground this imagination that you've been living with. And it's like the world isn't lining up and clicking in. So it's like you're imagining of different ways for this thing to actually happen. But what's happening is there's a disagreement with time. Time isn't agreeing with you. People have different motives, people have different paths that they're walking on, and you're hitting. And it's not clicking because other people are, or other, because the world isn't showing you that it's time yet. So with your etheric realm, like your etheric body in the present, we have the priestess. What this is closing your mind and untapping your intuition so that you're able to find the right moment that will click. But it's not present at this moment. Understand that your desires are real. Understand that your goals can still be made manifest. But if you're chasing something, that thing is going to run as far. It's going to chase away from you. Like if you're here and you're running, and this thing appears to be right in front. If people aren't showing you that they're there for you, or that this is the right time, or it's like appropriate for you to begin, it's going to run away from you, and you're not going to manifest this thing the way it needs to happen. You're going to be out of step, you're going to be out of place. And you're not going to be using the intuition that your heart has, and instead you'll be um, manipulating the the world to fit some sort of desired outcome that you want to create. So what the purpose of this is to understand that there is intuition that is involved. The world needs to circulate with your desires, and become more as a fixed sign. You like it's important not to be stubborn, um because there's some things that we want so much, they bring us so much happiness that we chase after it. And that's not what the cards are telling me to do. What to do is continue to think it. There's no one saying that you need to stop thinking about it. The cards here don't suggest that. What it's saying is don't chase it. Let it come to you. That's what this is telling me. In the future, there is success, there is recognition of this. With the Six of Wands, there is a door that will come, or an opportunity that will arise, and people who are in that environment will be made ready for you, and it will be allowed to happen. Um, but right now, again, with your present etheric, what it's doing is meditating and seeking out the subconscious ways of preparing you for this occurrence to happen. So when you do get this recognition for it, you'll be ready. Um, and you'll know the proper ways to embrace this success, to welcome in this new way because you fantasized about it already. There's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with sitting in your time and thinking about the victories that you will hope to succumb to, or hope to overcome. Um, and again, like with, you want to be in agreement with the world so that it will happen naturally. Um, and what we have in the future in the etheric is the Knight of Wands. What the Knights are all about is the Knights follow a leadership pattern. So what it is like they look for a hierarchical existence, or someone who they respect or idolize, and they follow suit with their plan of action. When this is in reverse, there isn't anyone giving you any particular orders. This is all that's being done within your own will. So there's no one yet, because this thing, like if you're chasing it, there's nobody here that's agreeing with this agreeing with you. And whenever you find this to manifest in the future, you're going to meet new people that will have opportunities for you to grow respect with and find enjoyment in. So you'll then, this would be upright. But at the moment, there is no connection to anybody that's drawing you in a particular way or showing you how to do things. Um, so it's like you're not answering to anybody. Um, so what we're doing is we're waiting for that opportunity to happen, um, which will come with time and experience, and you'll find people as well. But this is in reverse in the future too, so it might just be a solo journey that you take on yourself, and you become more or less like the master of the craft that you are, the craft or relationship that you have agreed and aligned yourself with. So you might be the person that answers to yourself. I'm not going to tell you that you'll find somebody that um, answers and fills all of your needs. This person, because right now with this being in reverse, it's like, okay, this person's not here yet, but because it's in reverse, it also means that I answer to my own will and my own goals. I'm responsible and accountable to myself. That kind of thing. So there, it's like increasing in the relationship that you have with your higher self. I have nothing else further to add to this conversation. I feel like we went in depth with the need to find ways to prepare yourself for the future. If you have any questions or comments about the way that this reading was manifest, leave them in the comments below. If you want to see more content like this in the future, give me a like or subscribe, because that increases the opportunity for you to discover more of my messages in the future. I hope that you guys have a lovely lunar eclipse and take care of yourselves, okay? I love you.